The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar. Today I will be talking about one of the leading productivity app, the lead assignment and distribution automation. The lead assignment and distribution automation helps you to fairly and intelligently distribute the leads, or for that matter any other entities, among the available resources, and thereby removing any chance of cherry picking. Let me very briefly describe the nature of this webinar. Lines of all the participants are muted. I recommend the use of the chat window in case you have any question, and I will try to answer most of them, if not all, in the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. My name is Ninad, and I'm the business manager for the lead assignment and distribution automation at iNogic. Speaking of iNogic, we are a leading service provider and ISV for past more than a decade, and we have exclusive Dynamics 365 products. We are very much active in the Dynamics 365 community, and our blogs are extremely popular and appreciated by the community. We truly believe in the philosophy of one-click solution, which is building productivity apps that reduce multiple steps which otherwise a CRM user has to take. As you can see on the slide, we have various applications on the offering. I would like to take a moment and very briefly describe some of them. Maplytics. Maplytics is certified for Microsoft Dynamics 365 and helps businesses around the world to plot, plan, and visualize Dynamics CRM data on the map, and it offers seamless mapping services. Key features include managing territories, route optimization, smart appointment planner, and many more. One of my favorite apps is the SharePoint Security Sync. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating Dynamics 365 with SharePoint. It also synchronizes the security privileges from Dynamics 365 to SharePoint to ensure secure, reliable access to all of your confidential documents. Apart from developing these awesome applications, we are also SI. We do assist partners and customers with offshore development services. So in case you have any requirements, maybe a small customization to a world-changing idea, I would request you to get in touch with us at crm@inogic.com. So let's see the agenda for today's session. I will start with the scope of CRM automation, followed by challenges in the sales process automation, key features of the lead assignment and distribution automation, followed by a live demonstration, and finally the Q&A session. Well, I was thinking about the scope of automation, and here's what I have found. A survey has provided an insight by estimating that the automation in sales boosts productivity within the department by 14.5%, while bringing down the marketing costs by almost a staggering 12.2%. Automation truly has the potential to provide these double benefits. Well, the next step is to identify whether we can automate the sales process, and if yes, the bigger question, how? The answer is our solution, the lead assignment and distribution automation. A simple way to manage all the inbound leads within the Dynamics 365 CRM. However, before we discuss the lead assignment and distribution automation in details, here are some of the common challenges that most organizations usually face when it comes to automatic lead assignment or automatic record assignment. The first and the foremost is the cherry picking of the leads or the records. The sales representative or the service representative, or for that matter, any CRM user can cherry pick the record based on their convenience. We also don't have any provision to keep track of leads assigned to the team members. Further, in native CRM, there is no provision to distribute leads in an organized manner. Even the distribution of the leads cannot take place fairly, which means the record or the lead cannot be assigned to the team members based on their available capacity. Now let's see how the lead assignment and distribution automation can overcome these challenges. Some of the key features that the lead assignment and distribution automation has to offer. The first one is the even distribution, in which the records, the leads are assigned to the resources in a sequential and circular pattern using the round robin algorithm. Don't worry about the algorithm. I will be explaining the algorithm that lead assignment and distribution automation supports very shortly. Next is the fair distribution. In fair distribution, the records are assigned to the resources based on the available capacity of the resources. Then we also allow a certain criteria selection. Now, in criteria selection, you can create rules based on a certain criteria. Now, let's say hypothetically, just for an example, I want to assign the leads which are generating from, say, a Europe region to a certain set of users. Then that can be easily achieved with our solution. Any record that satisfies the criteria will be taken into consideration for automatic allocation. However, if the record does not satisfy any criteria, it won't be considered for automatic allocation. Moving ahead, let's say that one of my sales representative or service representative is on leave today. We don't want the lead or the record to be assigned to that user. Well, with lead assignment and distribution automation, we can very well set up the user availability as well. The next is queues. The entire process of lead assignment and distribution automation is based on queues. We will be deep diving this very soon during the demonstration. The dashboards. All the data that is accumulated by the lead assignment and distribution automation is in a report-friendly manner. This means that you can create your own Power BI dashboard, or you can also create CRM charts and dashboard to visualize the data. Well, the last but definitely not the least is the work items assignment. We can support to assign the work items which can be based on daily, weekly, or monthly basis as well. Having said that, now let us see the algorithms that are currently supported by the lead assignment and distribution automation with a small graphical example. Now, on your left hand side, you can see the round robin algorithm. On the right hand side is the capacity algorithm. For the round robin algorithm, you can see that a criteria has been applied. If the lead that is being created is not for an existing customer, only in that case, the lead would go to the pre-sales queue, which is using the round robin algorithm. However, if the lead that is being created is for an existing customer, then rather than the pre-sales queue, the lead would go in the post-sales queue, which is using the capacity algorithm. So what exactly is the round robin algorithm? And let's say, for an example, a lead is being created where a customer is not an existing, or sorry, the prospect is not an existing customer. So the selection criteria is satisfied and it falls in the pre-sales queue. This means that the record can be assigned either to Sam or John or Mary. So the first lead that is being created will be assigned to Sam. The second lead will be assigned to John. The third will be assigned to Mary. The fourth one will be again assigned to Sam. The fifth one to John, and so on. Quite simple, isn't it? Now let's see the capacity algorithm. Now here you will see a subtle difference, a very small difference, the difference of capacity. Now this means that for an existing lead, for the lead of an existing customer, which falls in the post-sales queue, the available capacity of the resource will be taken into consideration. Now let's assume to serve a particular lead that falls in the post-sales queue, the resource needs at least 25 units of capacity. So if a new lead is being created for an existing customer, which will fall in the post-sales queue, we see that Missy does not have any available capacity as she has already exhausted the entire units. The next one is Jacob, who is having a capacity of 50. Now, if the lead is assigned to Jacob, then 25 units from his available capacity will be reduced, making his available capacity to 50. The next lead would be assigned to Lena, who is having the current capacity of 100. And once the lead is assigned, 25 units would be again reduced from her capacity as well. Once the resources like Missy, Jacob, Lena, they close any of the record assigned to them, then that 25 units would be added back to their available capacities, and then they are again available for the new resources or the new records to be allocated to them. Woo, that was quite simple, isn't it? So with that in mind, let's dive into the demonstration of the lead assignment and distribution automation. Consider there is an organization who wants the leads to be assigned to the right person, whether it is a hot lead or it's a cold lead. Now, I want hot leads to be catered by a different set of users and a cold lead to be catered by a different set of users. Now, with the lead assignment and distribution automation, we can achieve it very, very seamlessly. So I've just opened up a pre-filled lead. I just entered the topic, the first name, the last name. And before I hit on save, I want you to notice the owner. Currently, since I've logged in with the name of Jonathan, Jonathan becomes the owner of this record. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to change the rating from warm to hot. And I'm going to hit on save. So what happens is the ownership of this record in a few minutes, or I can say moments, is going to change. Now, let me just show you in a live one. So this is one of the rules that I have configured, the hot lead rule, and this is the hot lead queue. Sorry. So as we can, I'll talk about the rule, the queue in the next few minutes. However, if you notice at the bottom, for this hot lead, we have three members, which is Mia, Nathan, and Nia. So since I have already saved the record, once I go back to the CRM and refresh the page, I am expecting that the ownership of the lead would be changed from existing Jonathan to either Mia, Nathan, or Nia, depending upon the round robin fashion in which it has worked. So let me go back to my sales hub and let me just hit refresh. So here it is. The ownership has changed from Jonathan to Nathan. And that's how easy it is. You can just imagine the number of hours or the time that the sales manager or a person would take who would look at the rating manually and then assign the lead to the correct person. Now let me explain to you what it takes in order for the lead assignment and distribution automation to work properly. So let me switch to my lead assignment and distribution automation. And once the lead assignment and distribution automation is installed and configured, you will see quite a few entities right here. Probably one of the most important entity that we would like to begin is with the assignment configuration. Here's my assignment configuration, and I have configured it for the lead entity. Okay, just a quick heads up. The lead assignment and distribution automation not just work with the lead entity, but it is capable to work with any out-of-box entity as well as any custom entity in case if you have custom entity in your CRM. So whether it is lead, whether it is email, whether it is cases, you just name it and our solution will support it seamlessly. However, for today's webinar, I have leveraged the lead entity. So let me open the lead entity and explain to you what rules I have created. So these are the couple of two rules that I have configured for the lead: the hot lead rule and of course the cold lead rule. Now, let me show you the hot lead rule. So once we have the hot lead rule, let's have a look at the hot leads assignment rule, just because this is the one which was responsible for the lead that we just created, and the lead was automatically assigned to Nathan. That's because the hot lead rule was responsible for it. At the starting, you have the basic name, the assignment configuration, and the optional description. Well, the next one is the execution criteria. The first in the execution criteria is the criteria mode. Now here we support two different criteria modes. One is the simple. If you select this to be as simple, you will be presented with most of your system views related to the lead record or the lead entity, and you can select any one of them. However, the important point is that would be the system views. What if I want to have more complex scenario? The way we designed it right now for the webinar is that check if the lead is a hot lead and then assign it to either Mia, or Nathan. We can even more complicate it. Like if the lead is a hot lead coming from a certain web source and having, let's say, originating from an area which is like Europe or UK or something like that. In that case, the simple criteria mode would not be sufficient, and hence we have provided with the advanced criteria. Once you select the advanced criteria mode, all you need to do is just provide the appropriate fetch XML. So as we can see here, I have provided the fetch XML, which is just checking for the rating. If the rating is hot, then this rule will come into the picture. The next is the execution order. Now, this is extremely useful in case you plan to create multiple rules on the same entity. Now, let's speak hypothetically. I might create multiple rules on the lead entity itself. For example, one of my business use case is stating that if the lead is originating from Europe, I need to assign it to, let's say, A, B, and C. If the lead is originating from web source, then I want to assign it to, let's say, D, E, and F. If the lead is coming from web source and it is a hot lead, let's assign it to X, Y, and Z. So I have got 3 or 4 rules applied on the same lead entity, and that's where the execution order is extremely important. Now, in such case where I have multiple rules, each rule will be executed in the sequential manner based on the execution order. So I might have execution order 0, 1, 2. So in that sequence, the rules will be checked, and whichever rule under which the criteria is satisfied first, that would be taken into consideration, and the remaining rules will be ignored. Then we have consider availability. Now, this is a very special feature that we have. And I'll reserve the explanation of consider availability by the end of the demonstration. So I'm just moving ahead. The next one is the queues. Probably one of the most important aspect of this assignment rule. Now let me just open up the hot lead queue, which I actually demonstrated it a few minutes back. So that's how your hot lead queue looks like, and it has the members to whom you wish to assign the lead in case the lead is coming as with a rating as hot. Perfect. So let me go back to my assignment rule and scroll down. The next is the assignment algorithm. Now, as I have mentioned, our solution supports the round robin as well as capacity. I am configuring the hot lead rule with the round robin algorithm. The next comes the maximum work items allowed to be assigned. So for simplicity, I'm just entering it as 10. So this basically defines the maximum number of records that can be assigned to the queue member as per this assignment rule. Now, in this case, since I've given the value as 10, this means 10 leads can be assigned. Since I have mentioned the period as daily, this means that 10 leads can be assigned on a daily basis to each of the member who is present in this particular queue. Now, I will switch back to my presentation to provide you with some more clarity. In this example, we have three resources, Sam, John, and Mary. Now, let's say if Sam has already been occupied or has been assigned 10 lead records on his name, then he will not be considered for any new lead or the record that is being created. Rather, any new lead that is being created would be assigned to either John or Mary. Now, till the time, even they don't hit a maximum cap of 10 records. Now, why only 10 records? Because that's what I've just entered in the maximum work items allowed. Now, as soon as Sam, John, or Mary moves their lead record from, let's say, open new status to any other status like qualify or disqualify, they will again be eligible for the new leads that is being created. I can understand there might be a question in your mind. Hey Ninad, what will happen if all the three resources are occupied with 10 records? Then the new leads that are being created would just sit in the pre-sales queue, and once the resource empties his 10 records or maybe one or two records, post that the leads would be assigned from the queue. Let me switch back to my, let's cancel. Perfect. So that's how easy it is to work with the round robin algorithm. Now let's see what is required to configure the capacity algorithm. So here we have something called as cold lead rule. Let me just open it for you. Now the majority of the information is very similar to the round robin itself, whether it is name, assignment configuration, description, criteria mode, execution order, fetch XML, everything is almost the same. Even the queue is completely same. However, there is a subtle difference, as I had mentioned, in the unit effort required for the work item. Now let's assume that each resource requires a certain unit to complete a particular task. Now, for example, in my case, I have mentioned that to process one lead, 2 unit efforts are required. So naturally, it means to process 2 leads, I would require 4 units. To process 3 leads, I require 6 units, and so on. Now the question that arises is, where do we define the base capacity on each resource? Now that's quite easy. Let me just show you the cold lead queue. So here's my cold lead queue. And here are my members. I've got Shirley, I've got Revon, I've got Nathan. Let me open one of them. So let me open Revon over here. And once I open the user, here you may observe the base capacity. So the base capacity of Revon, I have kept it as 25. and the available capacity is 23. Now that means I can with certainty I can say that Revon is currently working on one lead because 2 units are utilized. Let me go back to my assignment, and that's how easy it is to work with the capacity as well. Now let's do one thing. Let's do one thing very quickly. I'll go back to my sales hub and I'll say that I'm entering one more lead with the rating as cold. Now before that, let me show you what is the we have already seen Revon has 23. What about Shirley? Shirley has 68. And Nathan has 48. Perfect. So I'll go back to my sales hub. I'll say that the rating is cold and I'll try to save this. So once I save it with the cold rating, definitely what's going to happen behind the scenes is, let's say the cold lead rule assignment rule will come into the picture because that's what the criteria states up. From that, it is going to check the queue, and within the queue, the lead will be either assigned to Nathan, Revon, or Shirley, one of them. So let me just come back to my sales hub and hit a refresh. And here you can see now the lead has been assigned to Nathan. Let's confirm that. Let me go back, and here's my Nathan who had the available capacity of 48. Let me just refresh this. We'll definitely come back to see the available capacity change in a few moments. But by the time, let me show you one more interesting thing. So as I was mentioning that there are chances that a person might go on a leave. So for that, we also have provided with something called as the status types, whether the status is available, break, medical leave, or it is unavailable. Well, we can create a new status type straight away. So let's say I'm just putting up a personal leave. So this means I'll have to select available as yes or no. So every time a person takes a personal leave, definitely the availability will be no. And let me hit on save and close, or save for that matter. So let's say one of the user is now going on a leave. So what we can do is we can come to vacations and we can say that someone is going on a leave. So I'm just mentioning this as personal leave. The user is, let's say, Nathan. He's going on a leave, and the status, then I can select it either as medical leave or personal leave as per whatever is requirement. We can also provide some description, and we can set up the start date. Let's say he's going on a leave from 27th and he'll be he's on the vacation till 2nd of May. So what will happen is once I hit on save, for this period from 27th of April till 2nd of May, Nathan's availability status would become unavailable. Now, as you can see, currently the status is available, but that status would then change to become unavailable. And what impact it has? So if I go to the assignment configuration, we had one feature called as consider availability. So what this rule does is that before it assigns the lead or the record to the user, it's going to first check for the availability. If the available status, if the status is available, only in that case, the record will be assigned to that user. If the status is unavailable because of medical leave or a personal leave or unavailable, then the user will not be considered for assigning the lead records. Now, I'm pretty sure by now you must have already started imagining in your mind, hey, I can use this lead assignment and distribution automation to automate lead or maybe case. I'm quite interested in knowing what exactly is something that you would like to automate in your organization. So I'm launching a very quick poll in your organization. Which entity would you like to enable for auto assignment? So I've just launched the poll. Can you be? It's a small, very small 30-second poll. I would request you to cast your vote, whether it's lead, whether it is case, whether it is activities, something like email, phone call, appointment, etc., or maybe other out of box or custom entity. Lead. Oh, the lead is a clear winner right now. Almost 75% is lead. And we also have other OB and or custom activity or custom entities. Well, the lead for me is the clear winner. Almost 80% of the poll says lead. And yes, we also have other out of box or custom entity. So first of all, thank you for casting your vote. And with that being said, let me switch back to my PowerPoint. Okay, so the lead assignment and distribution automation is available or is supported from CRM version 9.x and above. It is supported on premise as well as for the online environment. Moving to the next one, let me before I open the floor for the questions, let me just walk you through the most frequently asked questions that I get whenever I interact with the prospects or the customers. Does lead assignment and distribution automation work across devices? Absolutely yes. Whether you have a laptop, desktop, whether you have a mobile or a tablet, it works absolutely fine. What Microsoft Dynamics products do you support? Like I mentioned a few moments back, CRM version 9.x and above. We also have it can be deployed on online as well as for the on-premises. Well, is there a way to track how many leads are assigned? Oh yes, there is a way to do that as well. The lead assignment and distribution automation does come up with beautiful dashboards. And with the help of dashboards, you can easily see which lead has been assigned to which, or how many leads have been assigned to which users on a daily basis. Okay, the next one. What will happen to the existing leads in the CRM which are yet to be assigned? Well, that's a good probability. So let's say you have around 10-15 leads within your system, and then you decide to get the lead assignment and distribution automation installed in the CRM. So from that point onwards, all the leads would be auto-assigned basis on the assignment rules and the queues that you have organized. But what will happen to the leads which are already present prior to the installation of the lead assignment and distribution automation? So for that, I'll take the help of Sales Hub. Let me go to the leads and let me show you all the leads. So what would happen is, as I can see, I've just selected the leads, and once I select the leads, we provide you with the run assignment button. And once you hit on the run assignment button, each lead will be verified against the assignment rule, and if the criteria are getting satisfied, it would be automatically assigned to the respective users. Can the manager assess the individual performance of their team members? Well, dashboard is at your disposal. You can use it. You can manage the performance of your team members as well. How to get started? Okay, so I'll wait for a few moments, probably a couple of slides down the line, I'll get this answer for you. So having said that, time for the Q&A. Please use the chat window to ask your questions, and I'll be extremely happy to assist you. By the way, I already got the first question. Great. I have multiple custom entities. Can I have multiple rules on that? Oh yeah, definitely. The lead assignment and distribution automation does support the custom entities as well. So you can definitely apply it on multiple custom entities that you may have in your system. And as I mentioned, you also have the ability of configuring multiple rules for each entity, and that's where you can utilize that as well. I would also recommend, in case I truly understand that probably you're looking at the lead assignment and distribution automation for the first time, so you want to first get your hands on the solution, and then probably there might be hundreds of questions present in your mind. So what would happen is, I would recommend, if you get any questions, you can just drop in an email to crm@inogic.com, and I'll be extremely happy to take care of that. Well, moving to the next one, what next? Now, are you impressed with the lead assignment and distribution automation and you want to get your hands on? Well, it's really simple. All you have to do is go to Microsoft AppSource and search for lead assignment and distribution automation. Alternatively, you can also download it from our website, www.inogic.com. Excuse me. Download the solution, import the solution in your CRM system. In either case, whether you download it from AppSource or from the website, you will get a fully functional lead assignment and distribution automation for 15 days. Get your hands on. If you require any help, any assistance during the installation or configuration of the solution, no issues. Just drop an email to crm@inogic.com, and you can just we will just pick it up from there, and we will be happy to assist you further. Well, we would really love to hear your initial feedback, and how we can assist you to take it to the next level. All the operations that you want, we can take it to the next level. With that being said,